Hold on to your hats, America, because Elon Musk just lit a powder keg under the Washington elite. In a no-holds-barred interview with Tucker Carlson, the Tesla titan dropped bombshells that will make your head spin. We're talking client lists, billionaire puppet masters, and a vice president who's nothing more than a teleprompter puppet. But here is the kicker. Musk claims he knows who is pulling the strings. So, folks, this is not just another interview. It is a full-blown declaration of war on the deep state. And the media is firing back on their behalf. And speaking of pulling strings, let's talk about something that's been secretly manipulating your body. You might think you're in control of your health, but there is an invisible enemy sabotaging your testosterone levels. It's not stress. It's not age. It's a common food that's absolutely decimating your T count. Sounds like a conspiracy? Well, our friends over at V-Shred have uncovered this testosterone killer, and they are blowing the lid off this health cover-up. Want to know what it is? Head to sculptnation.com/NNN now, because your vitality depends on it. Check out the video. It is linked down below. Now let's get to it, folks. Thank you to our sponsors and you for making this show possible. Elon Musk just threw a hand grenade. Kamala Harris is controlled by the same people who are on the client list. He name-dropped a few billionaires, including Bill Gates, and says they are terrified of a Trump victory. Kamala Harris will say whatever words are on the teleprompter. She's controlled. There's no single mastermind. Well, I'll let you hear it from Elon himself. Let's go.
Vice President of Business Development. So I think that happened yesterday or something. It was pretty funny to watch. But she'll just say whatever words are on the teleprompter. So, it's really whoever controls the teleprompter is the actual sort of, that's who's actually in charge.
And who is that, do you think?
Well, I've tried to pin it down. It's not like any one kind of mastermind. It's not like, it seems to be, it's like Kamala's sort of a marionette with, 1,000 puppet masters type of thing. Like not, it's or maybe it's somewhere north of 100 is what it seems like.
Yes. I bet you know 80 of them.
I probably know most of them. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, just by virtue of your job and what you've been doing for the last 30 years, I mean, and I should say, I think you voted for Biden.
I'd like to see a matchup of those, call it the top 100 puppet masters on the Epstein client list.
Do you think there's some overlap?
Strong overlap. Strong overlap.
When are we going to see that list, do you think?
I don't know. It's mind blowing that they've not tried to prosecute even one, not even the worst offender on the Epstein client list. They've not even tried to prosecute even one. That's insane.
Well, because they have a lot of diabetic grandmothers who were outside the Capitol on January 6th. They're kind of occupied.
Yeah, they've put like whatever 500 or 600 January 6 protesters in prison, and not one person on the Epstein client list.
Will that ever come out, do you think?
I think part of why Kamala's getting so much support is that if Trump wins, that Epstein client list is going to become public.
Yes.
And some of those billionaires behind Kamala are terrified of that outcome.
Yeah. Do you think Reid Hoffman's uncomfortable?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Gates.
And Gates.
Yeah.
And I only ask that because you just look at them and you're like, that's a nervous person right there. I don't know. I mean, I assume you know them. Yeah.
Yes. Reid Hoffman was my vice president of business development at PayPal.
Yeah.
24 years ago.
Wow.
Does he seem nervous to you?
Yeah, I mean, he's terrified of a Trump victory.
Because of the disclosure that would follow?
I think he's certainly ideologically not aligned with Trump anyway, but I think he is concerned about the Epstein situation. like something might actually, the DOJ might actually move forward. So,
What does Elon Musk know about Reid Hoffman? What does he know? He clearly was alluding to something, and then he kind of waffled back. Well, he doesn't align. He didn't want to get accused of saying that Reid Hoffman is on the list. He's just kind of, he's just not politically aligned with Trump. Well played, Elon. Well played. Elon Musk says the reason some billionaires like Bill Gates are supporting Kamala is that they're terrified Trump will release the client list. Musk entered the vaccine debate as well, speaking with Tucker. Are we even allowed to talk about vaccines here? I'm not talking, and this is not about, I mean, they are safe, they are effective, they are, God's gift to science, right? 100% safe and effective.
So that doesn't mean that vaccines should not have any scrutiny. Of course they should. We should be making sure that the quality control on vaccines is incredibly good, since if we're giving them to children and whatnot. And we shouldn't force people to take vaccines.
That itself is a controversial statement, that we shouldn't force people.
We shouldn't force people to take vaccines, no.
Yeah. So just to re-ask,
I believe in freedom.
Yeah, I've noticed.
America's supposed to be the land of liberty. Freedom and opportunity. So that we try to, as much as possible, maximize people's individual liberty, and that we try to be a country where you succeed based on your talent and hard work.
Yes.
Those are two fundamental values. That's what's made America great, and if we lose those, our decline will be swift.
You know what? I'm just loving Elon Musk so much right now. Like all of the language that he's using these days, it's like he has crossed. Like I used to think he was just some eco lefty, right, with his electric cars and all this stuff. But like over the last, I don't know, year, we have seen this slow transition, this slow red pilling of Elon Musk. And it's been a beautiful, beautiful thing to witness. And then for it to all to culminate with him on stage when he said this.
I think this election, I think it's the most important election of our lifetime. This is no ordinary election. The other side wants to take away your freedom of speech. They want to take away your right to bear arms. They want to take away your right to vote effectively. You got 14 states now that don't require voter ID. California, where I used to live, is just passed a law banning voter ID for voting. I still can't believe that's real. So how are you supposed to have a proper election if there's no ID? It's just meaningless. And free speech is the bedrock of democracy. And if people don't know what's going on, if they don't know the truth, how can you make an informed vote? You must have free speech in order to have democracy. That's why it's the First Amendment. And the Second Amendment is there to ensure that we have the First Amendment. And
give them hell, Elon. Give them hell. And he is just triggering people left and right. Here is one of them. Keith Olbermann calls on Biden to deport Elon Musk. The Elon derangement syndrome is off the charts. Brian, we're going to need a vertical on this one. So cue it and roll it.
All the contracts. Time to cancel all the contracts and reassess his immigration status and hopefully deport him the hell out of the country. And if we can't do that by conventional means, President Biden, you have presidential immunity. Get Elon Musk the F out of our country and do it now. Time to cancel all the contracts.
He is just straight up triggered. I think that appearing on stage with Donald Trump was the last straw. Elon Musk's mother is worried. Yeah, she is. She says here, not funny. I'm worried. Quote, treating Sir Doge of the coin. Because Elon said this.
It's not like you can say, well, yeah, I Mac. If he loses, man, what? You're fucked, dude.
I'm fucked. If he loses, I'm fucked.
It does seem that way. You can't just be like, yo,
Yeah, I'm like, how long do you think my prison sentence is going to be? Do you think? Will I see my children? I don't know.
Because it's not like you can say, well, yeah.
Yeah, he's making a little joke there. His mother not too happy about it because, she doesn't want to see her baby boy in prison for supporting a presidential candidate. If you guys don't know who Ashton Forbes is, we're going to go into some little rabbit hole before we get to Jesse Waters' reaction and some Greg Gutfeld stuff here. But if you don't know who Ashton Forbes is, I want you to do a deep dive because I think the stuff that Ashton is uncovering is super cool. The MH370? Was that the plane that disappeared? Nobody could find it. Well, Ashton has done some deep dives into some footage that has surfaced recently. He does a podcast, YouTube channel. He's on X, and just wild stuff. Really, I encourage you. It's a rabbit hole. You'll go down it, but it's worth it. Now, Ashton Forbes brings this up because there's a point in this interview where Elon and Tucker talk about UFOs. Now, if you don't know, if you haven't been following Tucker long enough, you know Tucker does have a position on UFOs. He believes that they're demonic entities, maybe Nephilim. Elon Musk has a little bit of a different take. Now, if you know, Elon Musk, he is in the space industry. He's got satellites all around the world, literally. He's shooting up rockets. He's trying to get to Mars. He's got government contracts. He's saving astronauts when Boeing can't figure it out. When they're stranded in space, they pick up the phone, they call Elon Musk. So Elon Musk he's got some knowledge when it comes to things that are in space. And here's what he had to say when it comes to the topic of UFOs.
When you say, what are the aliens?
Where are the aliens? Oh. Like, why don't we see them? A lot of people think we see aliens, but I've not seen any evidence of aliens. We've got 6,000 satellites in orbit, and not once have we had to maneuver around an alien spacecraft. Right.
But on this Earth, the U.S. military has had to do a lot of maneuvering around objects they can't explain.
Well, unidentified flying objects is one thing, but there's always a bunch of classified programs that are underway of new aircraft and new missiles and things. So that are classified even within the military. So it's only if you have the top secret compartmented clearance, would you know about this new program? So then some pilot sees something moving fast and says, "Hey, I saw a UFO." I'm like, "Yeah, that was actually a new weapons program, but we can't tell you that." If you can guarantee that the split second I see any evidence of aliens, I will immediately post that on the X platform. And it'll probably be our #1 post of all time.
That'll be your biggest day,
yes.
For sure.
So, of course, Elon Musk weighing in on the UFO situation. Now, here's Jesse Waters weighing in on Elon's appearance with Donald Trump in Butler.
And many Americans ask the question, why are they trying to silence this man? His entire candidacy is an indictment upon the system. The system's corrupt, it's secretive, it's incompetent, it's authoritarian, and Elon Musk is a forward thinker. And he can see that this election is not just about Donald Trump. It's about the future of the country. Can this country guarantee free speech, the right to bear arms, freedom of association, free enterprise? Can it guarantee our own sovereignty? And he's put a lot of his reputation on the line for this election because Trump loses. Kamala Harris is going to come after him and come after him hard. So for many reasons, this is an important election, and there's a lot at stake. Many Americans ask...
I mean, she's going after all of us if she wins. Shows like this, free speech, the minute they think that you're talking about hate speech or misinformation or whatever they decide the new hate speech is, because right now the new hate speech is if you question anything about the disaster response, right? That's misinformation. The White House goes off, right? Any single time. So we're getting a taste of it now because the lunatics are running the asylum currently, and they are trampling all over the Constitution. And it will only get worse if Kamala Harris is elected. Everybody knows it. Elon knows it. Jesse knows it. Let's see what Greg Gutfeld said.
It's like extorting Jerry Nadler with salad. Or blackmailing sports fans by threatening to cancel PBS. The fact is, Musk may be the last man standing between real freedom of speech and the suffocating block of the censorship industrial complex, which is made up of government, media, and tech forces. He realizes that advertisers have no spine and can be easily cowed by special interest groups in cahoots with political allies. If you don't believe me, I got 2 words for you. Tucker Carlson. Ooh, wow. Look at that. Huh?
Oh, yeah, Tucker Carlson. So a lot of bombs being thrown today. Elon Musk says the reason some billionaires like Bill Gates are supporting Kamala is that they're terrified Trump will release the client list. And, of course, the left is in full meltdown. It's time to cancel Elon Musk because his alliance with Donald Trump is a threat. He's giving people free speech. James Wood says, the irony that this yapping mutt enjoys free speech on X at the whim of Elon Musk is just too perfect. Meanwhile, Mr. Musk is an American citizen and isn't going anywhere. We are blessed. He is our fellow patriot. So Elon Musk dropping hand grenades. So there you have it. Elon Musk, one of the richest men in the world, is pointing fingers at his fellow billionaires and suggesting a massive conspiracy to control our political landscape. But here's the question that keeps me up at night. If Musk is right and these puppet masters are real, what does it mean for our republic? Are we really free or just playing a part in someone else's game? What do you think, America? Is Musk a truth teller or just another player? Sound off.